Hi everybody, can you believe it? March is almost around. So I guess you're getting ready for the spring or the fall, depending on which corner of this planet you are. And guys, if you wanted to get your annual scope and you forgot it, right now it's a great time. They're right now on sale. So you're getting one sign for 10 bucks and all signs for 20. So you can check somebody else, or you can check your ascendant and Venus sign and Mars sign. So this is a great opportunity. But the best part of my special is my speed up promotion. So you are not waiting 3 weeks anymore for the readings. So I'm actually upgrading whatever the term was before. So 3 weeks is now 1 week. So becoming a rush reading. And the rush reading, which was week, is now 3 days. And if you really want an urgent reading, you're going to get it within 24 hours. And if you're North America, most likely the same day. So guys, check my website www.cattarot.ca for more information. You can also find me on Instagram and on Facebook, where I actually also publish daily taroscopes. So let's jump in. Hi Capricorns, and welcome to your March forecast. The bottom of the deck, and usually go to the first major, you have Fire Queen, and then you have Good Kitty. Now, look at all these fireworks. It looks like it was a good match that went badly. Something is catching up from the past, but then again, I guess it's Mercury retrograde that you're going to start to feel in your own unique way. So let's see what else we have here. Well, it's a good one. Cat magic. You're starting with self-discovery. You're starting with sort of like positioning yourself and realizing that you can actually move forward. That you sort of like maybe accumulated, I needed this, I needed that. You know, sometimes we have a hesitancy. Everything has to be that way, especially with me. I'm obsessive compulsive. I have to clean my deck and clean my table and kind of like try to remove all the scratches that kitty cats are doing, and then I can start. So like right now, finally everything is ready. I have no more excuses. Let's jumping in with gusto. Ooh, what's crossing you is the Tower. Ooh. That's interesting. So now 2 major arcanas. I have to tell that I'm expecting major arcanas because it looks like this has been sort of like a common denominator for all signs this month. Something really big will happen. So keep that in mind, that kind of like everybody's sort of like on a tactile ground. And you in particular when you're getting the Tower card, but it's upright. So it's kind of like better, even though the impact is harder. Impact is lesser when it's reversed, but it can be a long-term damage, where here it is like sort of like you slip on a banana, you fall, it hurts, but at least you know what happened. At least you know that you have to put the ice on it. So you might start moving forward, but something is going to just like kind of stop you and say, look, you think you're ready, but there is like still something you kind of like need to really think through and think about. It is kind of like really interesting. So let's see what is the base. Oh yeah, 3 of Sky. Some kind of healing. Maybe you want to move forward from somebody, because like 3 of Sky, and check this card out. Like literally this is like Monty Python. Like what could go wrong will go wrong. Oh geez, what could go wrong with this crystal being here? Oops. What could be wrong with these jewels here, I guess we have the answer over here, what's gonna happen. So it is like sort of like perpetually kind of like going in a direction. This is usually the mind process where we are too much in our heads and we are really kind of like thinking how to push things forward and kind of like getting stuck. So maybe you really wanted something to happen, maybe you really hoped for something to happen, but you're still feeling a sting of rejection. This also can speak, and this card often talks about a third party, and almost like that you have been the third wheel, whether or not you knew it at the time. Maybe somebody forgot to mention it to you, and hence it really feels like a harsh, sharp pain. So let's see the past. Yeah, every sign, I don't know like how many, not maybe every, but quite a few at least have got this card. And look at these eyes. I have to show you, look at this. This is the eyes of sadness and the realization that you should kind of like give it a chase and get one of those lobsters, right? But kind of like maybe being disappointed about something, but it's also the same time saying not even looking in the other options, not kind of like looking in this direction. Maybe somebody rendered a verdict for you and you just like had to accept it and simply kind of like wait for times to heal, because this is definitely a cup card. It talks about healing, but it obviously shows that healing is not in a stage where it's patching up. It's still in the stage where you're still going through your head and thinking through about it and what to do, because these 2 adds to 7, which is the quality of this card. So it's kind of really interesting so far. So let's see what is crowning you. Well, the cat, and it is reversed. So this is talking about being hesitant to go in a new direction. So you see, these 2 cards are sort of like maybe even opposing. So this is kind of like the Fool card. The Fool is like God. I'm here, I'm omnipotent, I can do whatever I want, right? But hey, yes, maybe you do, but you're on this planet that has atmosphere and we have like this thick field that you are not able to get messages that you should be in this connection. So I'm here to teach you how you can use the tools to get the best you can. But when this card is reversed, it's definitely talking about some kind of foolish actions. It's talking about that, hey, you know, maybe certain things that were supposed to be leap of faith and going in some kind of direction. Maybe you got involved with somebody who was like different and who was something that you really wanted in your life, but somehow it just like something happened or something will be happening that is going to just like stop it and shake it down. The Tower usually happens when things are not built on proper grounds. And it's saying, okay, so wait a minute. I'm not saying you guys will not continue. The Tower is saying, well, I'm just telling you that the way you're going about it, it's never going to end in anything positive. So why don't we stop it here before you build the 3rd and 4th floor and start from the beginning? So it is giving you this option to kind of repair if you wish. So look at this. 3 majors already. So what is happening imminently? And now you're having a 6 of Earth. This is one of those lessons that talks about choices. Maybe somebody rejected kindness to you. Maybe you really feel that, you know, you were stretching your hand and like maybe you even lowered yourself to be with somebody, to kind of like tell them how much you care and how much you really want, but somebody just took advantage of you and you kind of like brought somebody to, you know, look at here, like, hey, take my food, and not only will I give you my food, but I'm going to lick your head, I love you, kind of like, and everything about you I love, you know. So it was kind of like really no hesitation. That's kind of like would be in ideal situation about this giving and sharing and really opening not only our heart but our wallets to the other people. But when this comes, and especially for you being the Earth sign, and look, so far I have no Earth, this kind of like feels that this is imbalance, and this imbalance is probably still a ripple of the situations that happened in the past. And this is possibly what needs to be addressed. Something that everything kind of collapsed and you're saying, okay, wait a minute, why would I be rebuilding this the way it was? What needs to happen for me to get my needs met, and my energy, and that everything is in place, not just like me, because there are other elements in the story, such as could be children, or it could be kind of like other, like elderly, from what I see. But I definitely see there's a third person, and I see it here. And maybe it's simply, okay, why did you not choose me? That there is this question that is sort of like really upsetting you in your mind, and at the same time you kind of like really feel helpless, almost like in a situation, and not knowing how to remedy. But the center card here is still there, saying, you guys, you have quite a bit of these solutions and possibilities within yourself to jump back on your feet. So let's see your emotions. Nine of Earths. Maybe somebody destabilized you financially. Maybe you are transitioning from being in a couple to being single. Maybe you really want to go to the next stage with someone, or it was supposed to go there, and it just like stopped so suddenly that it just like disturbed your entire system. And you're trying to stabilize, because these are obviously two Earth cards that are kind of really coming back to you, because of course when we have to find stability, we are looking for our sea legs, and that's how it looks to me. This is definitely telling me that you need to learn how to function and how to find a space for yourself. That currently it wouldn't be a good solution to look for this partner as sort of like result, as something that you need. It's basically telling me that you have to firm yourself up, and you have to be firm in your beliefs. What is a go? What is a no-go? What kind of like partner in terms of spending you want? Are you on the same page, etc., etc. So this is kind of like positioning is really important. So let's see your environment here. Oh my gosh, look guys, you do that and there's a soulmate, or maybe you're really so connected with this person, and this is maybe why it feels so bad. Maybe it is just like somebody who is for you and you cannot let go, and yet you have to, or they haven't chosen you. Wow, that kind of like feels a little bit sad. It looks like you were willing to do anything for this person, and that's what I'm seeing. I really definitely see that you almost lowered yourself, or maybe even begged, and maybe even willing to accept being possible a third party. And even that was not enough. And now you're saying to yourself, what the heck happened to me? Why did I lose myself in the process? I have to kind of make sure that, I'm on the receiving end as well, not only giving, because then I'm creating this imbalance, right? So hopes and fears, oh my gosh. Whew. These two cards rarely come together. And even more rarely that they both come upright, which now we have two soulmates cards. And this card is generally a card of choice. So what shall I do? Where do I want to go? How do I want to go? So now I have these two sixes. This is definitely soulmate. And plus I have two of cups to boot, right? So hopes and fears. Yes, you fear that you're not going to come together with your soulmate, but you hope you will. You like, and this is what I'm saying, like you are simply saying to yourself, I'm not even going to think that I'm single. I am thinking that I am with this person, and so help me God, sort of a thing, right? So let me see the possible direction. An Earth Queen. That will be you guys. You know what? You might just get it. You just might get it. Good Lord. Because this is a shift. It's going to be turbulent for at least until spring. And at least first 3 weeks is going to be positioning and back and forth. But then, all of a sudden, when Aries season starts to come around, you guys are just like simply going to get to this point. And maybe this is what's going to be the key. You see, you cannot have a productive relationship where one person takes everything, another person, gives everything. That's kind of like narcissist and narcissist and codependent, kind of natural pairing, right? Kind of like symbiotic pairing, where each of them is feeding. Narcissists need like a basic codependent who is basically neglecting their wishes, just like feed them, and vice versa. But eventually, because that's a very parasitic kind of like relationship, both of them lose, because narcissist needs more and more, and it's just like basically sapping that life energy from the codependent, and things fall apart. But you guys are turning things around here. You guys are saying, okay, wait a minute, something was not built right, and that's why I see this like motion forward. It's just simply reflection into what has happened, what you did right, what you didn't do right, and shifting this in a very positive way. So I'm glad to say it's kind of like moving forward. So let's see how many majors. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you know what, it's not as heavy as with the other signs, but nonetheless it's going to be a big shift this month. So let me just see, because I really want to see just these 2 cards to kind of like see in depth what's going on. So what is this 3 of Swords here? Well, actually I want to see the Tower. We want to know what's falling apart over here, and let's see this. Okay, I guess I'm going to check everything for my Capricorn. Why not? So let's see 3 of Sky, because that's a harsh energy. You know, like when you come to a doctor and they ask you, do you feel dull pain or do you feel sharp pain? Sharp pain is never good news, and this is a sharp pain. Yes, you could have been with somebody who was married. There is like, you have the enemy. That could be, you know, another person, the third party. Melancholy, which definitely, hello, melancholy. And this is generally a person who is taken or engaged or involved with somebody that they cannot break those ties with. You know, sometimes people stay married because of children. I very much personally disagree with that, because people think they're good and sacrificing, self-sacrificing. Kids know it. Kids are wired like animals. They pick up the environment, and that's why the child screams so badly to be notified. Like, this is their survival mechanism, so they know. They grow up in much healthier individuals if they understand that, you know, you can still be caring and loving from outside of the unit. But also, even divorce has to be done right, versus yelling and screaming. It's not good either. So here I definitely see 3 third party, and this is definitely clarification. Look at this, the Tower, some secrets. You're going to find something out about this person. You're going to find something out from your past, something that is connected to love. You have Soldier. Soldier is always like on guard, right? Conversation. Or maybe you will be the one who will have a conversation with someone, and this could be related to this kind of like give and take, and you might be just simply saying, matter of fact, your earth sign, and you're very pragmatic. You're going to say, well, this doesn't work for me. Maybe somebody has been hiding things from you, and you're going to say, you know what, let's spit it out. Spit it out. I want to know now. And that's why I see this result in this cat magic. So let's see this give and share. Look at this, the Thief. I guess, wouldn't that feel like somebody just like taking from you things? And it has been a heavy period, like sadness. And finally there is realization, like you have this frivolity, which is kind of like this adorable lightness, needing to kind of like raise above the issues, because it kind of like I feel being dragged down. It almost like feels to me, Capricorn, that you feel like that the best part of you cannot exhibit because of the situation, and this is making you feel sad, but it's also making you feel angry about people taking advantage. What it feels like that somebody's taking advantage of your generosity. It could be that you have also given money to someone, lended money, and money never came back to you. And so let's see this Nine of Earth. Yeah, you know what, look at this. We have a Doctor, we have despair, and we have wedding, all reversed. So yeah, it is destabilization again. This can involve wedding or marriage, or somebody doesn't like, not going in this direction is creating lots of issues, lots of really bad thoughts. Well, Needing of support for sure. Some of you could be even really, really badly depressed, or simply just like trying to reestablish. And this is like sort of like at the time of this reading. But then there's like whoosh. It's a lift off to not just a little lift off, not kind of a car, a Formula One, and even a rocket. So I'm just telling you, the first 3 weeks is going to be cleaning the house, addressing it, more or less trying to figure out if this ever works, what will it take for this to work? And then sitting down and talking about it. And then things will actually work out for you guys. So let me know. I really can't wait to hear from you. It's always nice to hear happy ending stories. So Capricorn, and again, this is a general reading. Your personal could be completely different, but I would love to hear from you. And if you want a private reading, please contact me via cattarot.ca. And until the next time, you know that I love you. Bye.